Hello and welcome back to Frogboy X1 Gaming. I'm Andrew, and tonight we're going to talk about Scummy Uncle PlayStation again. Yeah, dude, I've seen a lot of stuff today. Over the last couple of days, everybody jumping on the bandwagon to kick PlayStation. A lot of it's deserved. So we've all heard the news, the last week. Okay, we've already freaking heard. PlayStation's basically gutted the PlayStation model, getting rid of thermal. Some of the thermals in there. They're really freaking overcharging for games now. My biggest fear with this, for Horizon Forbidden West is, we get 20 hours of story content. We get a big open world, the story out, 20 hours of story content, and I blow right through it in like 20 hours. And it just sits there again. Just the fact that, you guys probably can't even hear me. I don't even have my mic over here. Man, I'm losing it. Microsoft eats babies. Why would you say that? Oh gosh, man. $80. So yeah, dude, this whole thing with Horizon Forbidden West is really irritating. I mean, we have Herman Hulst and freaking Jim Ryan out there, last year telling us that, yeah, man, we're going to bring this to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. If you buy it on PlayStation 4, we're going to give you a free upgrade. And now they want you to literally pay $80 for a PlayStation 4 version just to guarantee you can upgrade that to the PlayStation 5 version. Dude, this really sucks, man. This is really bad. This doesn't look good at all. First, they lied to us about believing in generations. They were going to make these games for the PlayStation 5, and they just wouldn't be possible on a PlayStation 4. And now we find out that's a lie, because everything that they were supposed to be bringing to the PlayStation 5 is going to PlayStation 4. I mean, we've went over this a few times on this channel. We've been here before. It seems like in just 10 months, PlayStation has managed to lie to us all the time, to overcharge us, to literally pick our wallets and pockets clean, man. Like, this is ridiculous. I mean, if you think about it, they have been like this is just, I don't know, man. Like, they need to be a little bit more consumer friendly. This is definitely not the PlayStation I grew up playing. This is a completely different beast. This is a completely different company. I don't understand how. I don't understand literally how people can. I do kind of get it. It does kind of make sense. Okay, if freaking PlayStation, if you're a casual gamer, most casual gamers, buy, like I said earlier, 2 to 4 games a year. Okay. They buy 2 to 4 games a year. $70 for 2 to 4 games. I mean, that's still what is it? 70 and 70 is 140, like $280, $280 in games a year. I mean, if you're a casual gamer, this probably doesn't really affect you as much. So yeah, dude, I could see how it could be kind of easy I could see how this could be kind of easy to defend PlayStation over. But if you're an avid gamer like myself and you buy a lot of games, like these games, man, the shortness of these games, I don't know, man. Like, I cannot continue to justify spending so much money on PlayStation games for them to continue to cut content back. I trust me, man, I'm a graphics whore. I love pretty looking games. I love the fact that PlayStation does put, more time and effort into like really bringing out the graphics. But as I said in the video I uploaded earlier, man, like the difference is not that staggering anymore. Like it's not. The fact that we're getting to a point now where PlayStation is literally nickel and diming us and then cutting costs on the production of their console and stuff this early into the generation, man. I don't know what to tell you, man. Either they're trying to um, cram in as getting as much money as they can before before changing things back, kind of like they did with the PlayStation 3 generation, or this is the new way forward for them. And if they don't course correct, like pretty soon, Xbox is going to eat their freaking lunch this generation, dude. Xbox is all over it. They came to play. They're not joking. Me as an old dude, I've been a PlayStation guy for so freaking long. Like, you don't know, dude. Just for Xbox to change my heart and my mind as much as they have in over 4 years, and to be able to look at it as an equal playing field. Dude, I was an avid PlayStation fan, like an angry, delusional fanboy for a long time, guys. And yeah, dude, if they can get to me and change my heart and mind, they can get to anybody, man. Like, it's possible. If you get to a point where you've got more time on your hands, because I'm a grown man, okay? I'm a grown adult. And it was literally getting to the point last generation with the PlayStation games that I had extra time, man. I had extra time. 2 holes. Why is there 2 holes in these? That's why I'm dropping them all over the place. Here, you can have these. Wow, guys. You guys are already heating up the chat. It's already hot. Let me go ahead and say hello to everybody. Hey, 10 feet. Sev, how you doing, my friend? Tavio, how you doing, my friend? Capilla, how you doing? Joe, nice to see you back. 10 feet. Jeff, welcome back. Hopefully we're going to play nice tonight. Shiro, how you doing, my friend? Appreciate you coming back. Let's see. Is there anybody else? Cabbage, welcome back, my friend. Okay, so, and Judah, Matt, how you guys doing? I hope we're gonna play nice tonight in the chat. Yeah, this is kind of a kind of like, not bash PlayStation, but call them out type video. This is getting a little bit ridiculous. This is the worst I've seen PlayStation ever in my life as a PlayStation fan. I don't think it's ever really gotten to a point where it's actually like started to it started to repulse me a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm kind of like, gosh dang, guys, like, chill out, man. This is getting bad. Like, I don't like to see something I love. You know how most of the time, like, you're more critical of the things you really love. That's me with PlayStation, man. I'm critical of PlayStation because I really love PlayStation. You know, I've loved PlayStation for a long time. Xbox is definitely, dude, Xbox is creeping up on that, like, pretty quickly, man. I do now see them as equal platforms. You know, I see Xbox and PlayStation as an equal platform in my mind, and Xbox is doing and saying all the right things right now, guys, and PlayStation is just continuing down this path of destruction. It's almost like they're on drugs, man. You think they're on drugs, guys? They're doing a little bit too much cocaine or something, you know. If PlayStation fans like myself don't stand up and say something now, like, Xbox is really going to eat their lunch, and it's so damaging to the PlayStation brand that I don't know. I mean, like, they exude like okay, it would be a different story if Returnal came out and it was a freaking hit, like, right off the bat, everybody loved it and there was nothing they could criticize about it. That'd be a different story, man. But they bring that game out at 1080p. There's so many things to, like, nitpick about PlayStation right now. There's definitely things to nitpick about Xbox. You know, I mean, give me till the end of the show. I'll think of something. I mean, there's got to be something to nitpick about Xbox, but I'll try to find some things, you know, to nitpick about Xbox, you know, to try to keep it a little bit fair. But I'm telling you guys, it's pretty hard to find stuff to nitpick about Xbox. It really does. it really does kind of create that divide, you know, of PlayStation and Xbox with there's always something to complain about PlayStation right now. Always, man. And with Xbox, it's really not the case. So yeah, I don't know. They need more games. Well, I mean, they got Bethesda, they got all these other companies, you know, like so many studios. So I'm pretty sure content's really not going to be a problem this generation. Yeah, it does suck for the beginning of the generation. You know, the first eight months we didn't really have anything, but that's changing. So I don't know. What's up, Straggly Rock? Welcome to the show. I noticed you jump in there. Oh gosh, Christian, how you doing, my friend? Yeah, I did think it was gonna the size smaller of the release version and no copper. I don't understand. Yeah, definitely, it's a money thing. Copper, the price of copper did go up over the last few months, so it really is creating, you know, not necessarily a shortage, but money out of PlayStation's pocket. And as much as they're trying to rake it in, I don't really see any choice for them to do anything but go full bore, cutting stuff out. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and read a few of these comments and answer some of them. I'm gonna scroll up a little bit. PlayStation keeps dumbing down. Yeah, speak of the devil, and he shall appear. You guys, come on, Sev. He's not the devil. Okay, let me. Maria, what's up, my friend? Let me ask you, Jeff. I got one question for you. Do you see anything that like PlayStation's like launched? I mean, with them lying about, you know, having a free upgrade path for Forbidden West, do you see anything wrong with that at all, or are you on the I don't care, like PlayStation can do whatever they want camp? I know, but when I got my year of Game Pass, that was factored in. For PS5. Yeah, Judah, I completely agree with that. You know, Xbox is not perfect, but yeah, dude, they've done a lot. They've done a lot to like really bring back the they've done a lot. They have been doing a lot. Investing and investing and investing, and you know, those investments haven't paid off just yet, but they will over time. People still buy their stuff. Okay. Man, there's just so many comments up there at the top, guys. If there was anything you guys said while I was doing my like intro or something like that, go ahead and like repost it. I'm going to try to keep up with them tonight. But like, I don't know. I kind of want to talk, you know, about this whole PlayStation thing. And if you're a PlayStation fan in here, like I do, I want to know how you feel. And I want to know if you're feeling even slightly the same way I am lately, you know, like I feel like PlayStation's just kind of in my pocket, you know, trying to, you know, take as much as they can. And I don't understand. Dude, who cares about the lie? They are legit blocking the upgrade under special editions and director's cuts. Yeah, exactly. I already feel that way, you know. I'm going to buy PS5 games only on sale from now on. Yeah, it does kind of. Frog Boy, if PS goes this route, then would they do the same or worse? Oh yeah, dude, God of War, Gran Turismo. I'm pretty sure they're going to be. Man, this doesn't bode well, man. And that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like, I get that. I get that PlayStation needs to make money. They're a business. I get that. Like I do get that. But to literally tell people a year earlier that they're going to have a free upgrade to a game they buy, and then hide the upgrade behind a deluxe version, like Emery was saying, yeah, dude, that really sucks, man. That's not what I would call good business, man. That just really. I'll think about it this way, man. If they're going to hide that behind an $80 paywall, shouldn't I get a code for each game so I can decide if I want to give that code to somebody else I know on a PlayStation 4 or something? Doesn't that make it, I mean, it's not even that. On my Xbox, I can go in my daughter's room and set her Xbox as my my home Xbox, and then I can just sign in on my Xbox in my room, and she has access to everything I buy. With the PlayStation 5 this generation, you would literally have to go sign in on your friend or on your other kids. Well, I mean, like, it would still work if both the PlayStations were in this room, but you literally have to buy a PlayStation and leave it at your friend's house, and like you can't just sign in like you do on the Xbox, I don't think. Oh yeah, dude. If Xbox did anything like this, bro. Hey Jay, how you doing, man? Ariel's 78. How's it going, my friend? I'm going for one of the two upgrade paths to buy the game used, and Sony doesn't get my path, or PS Plus free game path. Yeah. With this Xbox title, it's dude, I'm calling PlayStation out tonight. Title. These scummy practices have got to stop, dude. It's got to, man. It's getting to be a bit much, man. The lying, the freaking the picking my pockets clean, dude. It's yeah, dude. It's getting to a point where like this is getting bad, man. This is looking really bad on them. I think they should just flat 10 upgrade and call it. Yeah, exactly. $10 upgrade fee, whatever. I mean, we've kind of all come to accept that's what Sony's gonna do going forward. And now it's like, wow, dude, why are they moving the goalposts more? I get it though. Like it makes sense. Retarded ass people are out there paying thousands of dollars for PlayStation 5s from scalpers. PlayStation's like, they're going to pay them that much money. I might as well get some money out of this too. I get it. That's why I think instead of removing all that material out of the PlayStation 5s, they should have just upped the price, dude. They should have just said, all right, man, well, we have to pay a lot more money, so we're going to up it to $600. People would have still paid it. I probably would have. Yeah, dude, it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's definitely going to be a lot different on PS4, Spectre. It's going to be like 30 frames a second. It'll probably at least look as good and perform as good as the old one did on PlayStation 4. So I wouldn't say that's bad or anything. I did pre-order my Forza controller. I did get one pre-ordered from Amazon. I tried blowing to my Xbox controller and it didn't work. Frog Boy, I think I'm going to support this. I think I'm not going to support this by not buying their game day one on more until I think it's worth the price. Yeah, I mean, but honestly, who does that ultimately hurt? I mean, like if you're okay with waiting to buy the game later, like that's fine. I mean, I don't believe in boycotting anything or anybody. Like I don't believe in that. If you feel that the product comes out and it's worth your money and your time and your investment, fine, do it, man. Like, I'm not telling you not to buy anything, but I mean, this really hurts. This really hurts only a certain set of people. You know what I mean? Like this, I mean, if games didn't drop in value as fast as they do, I mean, don't necessarily think this would be such a big deal, but man, you buy a game and then a month later it's half price. And like, yeah, dude, that really sucks, man. I ain't gonna lie, it is messed up, but I have a PS5, so it really, yeah. At the end of the day, like anybody that doesn't have a PlayStation 5 and wants to play that game day one on their PlayStation 4 before they get their PlayStation 5, like I said in a video I made earlier, man, this really affects them the most because they're either gonna have to buy that game at $80 now, or they're going to have to buy it now at the cheaper price and then rebuy it if they really, really like it, man. That's not the point, Jeff. I mean, the point is like, come on, guys, let's grow a freaking backbone and stand up and tell Sony, no, dude, we're not going to let you keep nickel and diming us, man. Like be fair. The rest of the industry is being fair. Let's be fair, man. Yeah, Ubisoft is definitely the worst offender for that. Selling you a game at $100 and then 2 months later they're like, oh yeah, you can get this the whole freaking package for $30, man. And then they and when they do that, the season passes are still full price, dude. That just sucks. Happens to me all the time. I buy a game on sale and the next month it's free on PS Plus. Yeah, dude, I've done that a few times. Sony fans need to wake up. It was all bed and roses at first, and now it's just taking advantage. Yeah, dude, it is. I do feel like that's the case. I feel like they're kind of, I say, boycott chubby gingers in general. Oh damn, that's so bad. Good morning, Andy. Yeah, like all of them do that, Jeff. They all freaking, well, EA, man, they put their games right onto EA Play 6 months after they come out, man. So that's pretty good. If you can't afford to buy the game, just sign up for their thing and you can get that. Yeah, and you get that on Game Pass too. So $70. Yeah, $70 for just a campaign that, I mean, can clearly go anywhere from 6 to freaking 20 hours, maybe. Well, yeah, dude, because Xbox is not raising the price, Jeff. And you really think it's only Xbox people that are out there complaining about this, dude? I've got friends at work that are like, man, I'm not even going to buy a PlayStation 5 yet. Just too much. Games going to Game Pass anyways. Yeah. Now there's PS5 friends saying Last of Us 2 factions should be a paid. Oh, wow. Really? Oh, my gosh. A paid standalone? I don't get it. I actually saw, I was actually scrolling through YouTube today and I saw Saltiest come out with a video saying, oh, we need to hold PlayStation accountable. I'm like, dude, whatever, man. Like, I didn't even watch that video, but I was tempted to because I just wanted to see what he had to say, see if it was just a clickbait. He'd be like, oh, yeah, we need to hold PlayStation accountable, but let me tell you about all this other stuff. Dancing Lion Ryan. Yeah, dude, Paul Ryan, man, or Jim Ryan, he's not really the best steward, I don't think. You know what I mean? I think that things would be better if they went back to Sean Layden. You know what I mean? I think he would at least find a better way to not look like a scumbag every day if by being able to like get these prices and stuff. Wasn't Salty an Xbox? I don't know, dude. He's running a PlayStation channel. Wow, game. So much money put in that studio, not to. Yeah, exactly. I did go ahead and pick up Deathloop. I'm going to be reviewing that. I've usually had a pretty decent run with Bethesda games, usually about a 95%. Nico, I usually like their games, 95%. 5%, I've felt, a little burned, but dude, I usually always feel like they put out some good games, man. They're usually pretty good, and I appreciate that. So I decided to go ahead and pick it up, and I will, definitely let you guys on the channel know how I feel about it. I'll probably end up streaming that as opposed to just reviewing it. So when I start that stream, like everybody can come and ask me questions about it and stuff. So I kind of like doing that format a little bit, especially with games that I'm not sure about, like I did with the Hunter's Arena. That was a fun game to do that with, to try that out. And I think that's how I'm going to go forward with certain games. I will, I'll stream them so that you guys can ask questions as I'm playing them, so that you can kind of get an idea of how I'm feeling and everything. Yeah, I mean, that might be true, Jeff, about Salty being an Xbox fan or whatever, but let's be completely clear here. Like, if I was doing pure PlayStation stuff, I would probably be getting a lot of subscribers pretty quick, man. But I can't do that. I cannot prop up PlayStation right now. Why they're in this scummy phase of the PlayStation 5. Like, I can't do that, man. I cannot sit and give them props or try to be positive or overlook things that I know are going to bother a lot of people, man. Like, it bothers me. I mean, trust me, I have no problem paying for my games. I don't. I work. I go to work every day. I have no problem, setting aside money, pre-ordering my games. I do it pretty smart. Sometimes I have money left over to where I can just spontaneously buy a game if I want to, and I do that a lot. But every game I want to buy, I pre-ordered months in advance. I already take care of that. So when it comes to like these prices, that $10, it does kind of add up, man. Just 6 games a year, that's a whole nother game I could have experienced on PlayStation at $60. So if you think about it, it's not that it really bugs me. It's just the $60, the $70 price tag, and the lower amount of content that I've been receiving for every PlayStation game I've bought this generation so far. Yeah, dude, that kind of adds up, and it kind of gets a little irritating that I'm spending this money, but I'm not fully. It's like going out for a steak dinner and then bringing you the steak, for full price, but them cutting half of it out and eating it in front of you, and then you're like, oh man, I'm still kind of hungry, That's how I've felt lately with all this PlayStation games that I've been buying. I just don't feel like the content has filled me up. You know what I mean? Like, in PlayStation 4 generation, I didn't have any problem with any of those games, man. All of them felt good, even except for the Order 1886. That was a bit too short. There needed to be more with that. MBG is a clown. Okay, Jeff, not really. There are more Xbox YouTubers doing BS console war like Zalker and Dealer and even Colt Eastwood. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I don't really watch as much YouTube anymore now that I've started my channel. I scroll through it most of the time. There's a few people that I still watch, regularly, but I don't necessarily go to anybody's channel really that's going to be kind of like mine, unless they have a, I don't know. Yeah, I haven't really been watching as much. I know I should, but I've been really trying to focus on what I'm doing here and how I'm doing that. So, yeah, I don't know how to, I don't know what to think about that, Jeff. I feel like if I watch other people's content, it's going to influence my content to be more like them. And I don't want to mimic anybody's channel. I want to make my own thing. Amazing. We could still PlayStation after it. Forgot Red Dragon switched to PlayStation 2. LOL. Really? Yeah, dude. There was a lot of those guys that were Xbox, and now all of a sudden they're PlayStation. And dude, that's kind of where I'm at. I've been PlayStation my whole life, and now I'm kind of more leaning towards Xbox mostly. Like, not mostly, but I do I buy all my third-party games on my Xbox now. So that puts me more that makes me more likely to pick up my Xbox controller over my PlayStation controller. You know what I mean? Like it automatically steers me to my Xbox more than my PlayStation because I'm buying those games on Xbox more. So that really at the end of the day, like, and that's PlayStation's fault, man. If they would have put out a more powerful PlayStation 4 Pro, I don't know if I would even have bought an Xbox, to tell you that. Well, I would have bought an Xbox because I bought it for Forza Horizon 3 for Blizzard Mountain. I really, really wanted to play that. And that for me was enough to go buy the whole console. So at the end of the day, you know, yeah, dude, I'm on my Xbox a lot more than my PlayStation mainly because of the third party games. The next Twisted Middle game, huh? Dude, I haven't watched the MBG thing in a long, long time. I watched MBG back when he was still Xbox, and you know, and then I swear, him and Crap Gamer changed to PlayStation right at the same time, guys. I haven't seen that video from King Thrash, Jeff, but I will go ahead and take a look at that one. King Thrash says he wants to be more of he wants to talk more gaming and not fanboy stuff, but I don't know. Like he's still got a long ways to go, man. we all do. As a gaming community, we all have a long ways to go. Like I think if we're going to call out PlayStation or Xbox, we need to do it in a more in a respectful way that doesn't necessarily that can push them to action to be better. You know what I mean? I do. I mean, I've been a PlayStation guy for a long time. I do love PlayStation. And I do care about them. I want them to be better. I want them to grow. I want them to really bring back that customer centric, you know, that focus that they used to have, man. Dude, I've put thousands of hours into PlayStation, thousands of dollars, man, invested in the PlayStation ecosystem over the years. Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm right there with you, man. When they're out there gouging us in the pocket again, like with PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 3, dude, they literally forced us to buy their Blu-ray players. They literally forced us to do that. And, you know, I mean, wow, dude. And they basically made us pay full price for them. Full price for a whole Blu-ray player that were like selling for like $600, $700 back then, you know, just to play our video games on it, man. Exactly, Emery. Criticizing them should be a normal thing. That's the problem. You can't bash PlayStation or you get hated. Just ask Crap Gamer. Yeah, exactly. It really sucks, man, that I have to make these videos, you know, and criticize PlayStation. But we criticize those we love the most. And it's always been that way. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying not to like trying not to get up in like a whole bunch of this comments, you know, tonight and get bogged down in any negativity, because I want to try to stay positive. But for the rest of this stream, I'm kind of just gonna, you know, I'm gonna kind of move away from criticizing PlayStation. I want to just talk more about, you know, how people are feeling, you know, like I want to know how I want to know how people are feeling about the beginning of this generation. I mean, like, are we moving forward or are we going backwards? I mean, just the other day we got this game on Xbox, you know, this Asphalt 9. I mean, they literally ported a cell phone game and all of the monetization right over to Xbox. Game looks great, plays pretty good, but I can't believe they want to charge me real money to pay for gas to drive in a video game, dude. I can't believe that we have that. I don't know if that's necessarily the first one, but wow, dude. I have not seen. Did you fix the problem with your wheel on WRC 10? Oh yeah, that I just restarted the game and it started working again. The patch came out today. I need to actually turn on my Xbox and make sure that that got uploaded. Because after this stream, dude, I'm going back to the dirt road, baby. I'm gonna be racing. Have you tried 2MD on your PSVR? No, not yet. I haven't. I need to get a new camera for mine, Andy. It's been really frustrating that I cannot find. I can find one of the PSVRs, the PSVR cameras, but dude, everybody's trying to like over. They're charging too much for them, man. I got enough games to make it to next year, so I'm good. Yeah. I'll tell you how I feel. I'm mostly happy with what I've played so far. Games definitely look better. I previously had a base PS4 and a base Xbox. Moving to the Series X was a big step up for me. Yeah, see? That's good. That's good, positive. I mean, they definitely do look better. They pretty much still look like last gen games, but better, you know. I feel like there's more fidelity in them. I feel like the visuals look a lot fuller. Oh, I was going to manage create. I want to see if this new update. How is it good? Oh yeah, WRC 10. I mean, yeah. I'm really happy with WRC 10. I really am. Like it's definitely one of my favorite experiences, and I do like the way the force feedback and everything feels on it. It does feel good. Yeah, that's that's the camera that I'm having a hard time getting, Andy, is a PS4 is the PS4 camera. The new PS5 camera does not work with it. I tried. I do have the extension thing that they sent me, but I need to find another PSVR camera. Yeah, exactly, man. That shit's so ridiculous. That camera used to be like $60, man, for that. They do discounts and the games are still expensive. $70 is a discount. Oh wow. That's so bad. Charge an extra $10 and justify it when they have DLC microtransactions. Yeah, exactly, dude. Woo boy, Michael, how's it going, man? I can watch you because you're honest about all the systems. If you're not being honest, PlayStation or Xbox, don't say I'm not going to bash the system or that system. Say how you feel. Be honest. Yeah, I'm not trying to. I really am not trying to bash PlayStation, guys. I'm really trying to just bring awareness, you know, and let people know how I'm really feeling about PlayStation lately, guys. I don't appreciate feeling like I'm just a I just Hamid, how you doing? I just don't appreciate them taking that, them going into. I feel like they're just going into my pocket and taking money. I mean, I know I'm the one that has to push the buy button. Like I get that, but I mean, I love PlayStation so much that I do most of the time. I just blindly buy the products they make, and lately I just haven't been feeling. I haven't been feeling full, man. I haven't been feeling. Yeah, Mecca. I haven't been feeling like I've gotten everything I paid for. You know, I kind of feel. I feel like I've been left wanting more lately with PlayStation than I ever have, dude. And that's for real. That's really how I feel. Macca, yeah, the handling is awesome in WRT. Yeah, dude, it feels great. Why nothing works? No. PS4, PS5 ecosystem. Yeah, Amazon is the one that's like trying to gouge me the most, Andy. Look them up, dude. They're ridiculous, man. $245 on some of those. I mean, yeah, it's gotten ridiculous. Hey Jeff, I just want you to know, buddy, I'm not like ignoring you. I'm just not going to get like bogged down in the conversation with you guys tonight. I want to be able to answer other people's questions and talk to other people. I don't want to get bogged down in a whole bunch of negativity. I did this show tonight to kind of express how I'm feeling and bring that to people's attention. So, you know, I mean, if you don't agree, you know, that's cool. I'm glad you did. I mean, that's you, but eventually you're probably going to understand this and see this, but like maybe now's not that time. So I just want you to know I'm not ignoring you, and I do appreciate you coming. So just try not to get bogged down in that. Shiro, see ya, my friend. You have a good weekend. It's your channel, bro. You say how you feel. I appreciate that, Michael. And I do say what I feel. I feel you know, Michael, I kind of feel like this is way worse than this is pretty bad, man. This is worse than the PS3 generation, you know? I mean, I never during that generation, I never necessarily felt burned, but I mean, like looking back at it in hindsight, being forced to buy that Blu-ray player at the yeah, dude, that was like the first time PlayStation ever really went out of their way to really like dig in your pockets, man, telling you to get a second job. that was pretty bad back then, you know. Let's see. Sorry about the argument down here. We have to put Jeff in his place. Just be nice to each other. I love the PlayStation. I do. I love my PlayStation too, man. But gosh, same goes for you too, Sev. I'm just trying not to get in your guys' thing, man. How battle passes have worked in Halo Master Chief for 8 seasons now. Are they? I haven't really played the Master Chief Collection much. I actually just downloaded it again yesterday because they invited me to a flight, so I was gonna jump on there, but I don't know if I'm gonna participate in that flight. I'm just gonna play. I haven't played any Halo for a while, and I kind of want to get ready for the new game. So I downloaded it again so I can jump on there and play. Uh, 360. It's all good, bro. We're all friends here. Yeah, I feel like we're all friends. I don't know if I tell you guys enough, but I am grateful for everybody that comes and talks to me and chats with me, dude. It's so fun. I actually look forward to doing these chats more than I look forward to like putting up content. I love being able to like come here and like talk to people and kind of see, because I literally thought that, you know, I mean, like gaming for me was for the longest time was getting pretty lonely. Honestly, man, like I was getting pretty lonely, dude. Just always, you know, I'm getting older, you know, I'm 40 and I'm still just playing games. And, you know, like when my family and everybody like wants to go out and like go camping or go do something, you know, I'm just like, gosh, you know, I want to play a game. And it's because I buy so many games and I work, you know, at my regular job, and I work hard that I feel like I never have enough time to play games. But having this channel has actually pushed me to play games more. So that's a good thing, you know. I like that. Let's see what you said there. I'm fine, Frog. If you have something to add, go ahead, man. I don't care. Only Jeff might get heated a bit. Oh gosh, guys. Oh, David, welcome to the show, man. I just noticed you. You know what it is, Frog Boy? It's the Connect. They bundled it with the. Yeah, you know what, man? That was the time when the Xbox like last generation, dude, when they bundled that Connect and it increased the price so much that, dude, the PlayStation 4 looked like such an like such a steal, you know, because it was like more powerful. It costs less money, you know. Yeah, dude, like that really helped the PlayStation last generation a lot in the beginning. Yeah, I do feel like that too, because Connect this generation would have last generation probably would have been pretty cool still, but you know, like with the Blu-ray player, the forced purchase, it kind of just sucks, man. It really does. Oh yeah, to say Xbox, dude, I'm telling you, Xbox games are pretty like the quality gap between PlayStation and Xbox games is really not as big as people think it is. It's really not that big. I mean, yeah, PlayStation games might have, you know, better visuals for stuff, but those worlds are a lot smaller than anywhere else. You know, you can pack in a lot of good graphics, you know, at 4K with small worlds and 30 frames a second. So, yeah, you know, yeah, you're right, Christian. They did give us plenty of time, you know, before the game launched and telling us, hey man, this is the way it's going to go down. And I'm pretty I'm pretty happy overall with the way Xbox is handling the Halo Infinite thing. Yes, it does suck for those people that really wanted to play the co-op mode, but at the same time, um, it is coming. It is confirmed, and they. I still am a firm believer. We need to see proof of concept, dude. They've been working on this game for so long. We need a proof of concept. I love Nathan Drake's stories. They're awesome. I do too, man. I really appreciate the Uncharted games. I do. Those are some of my favorite PlayStation times. Swiping on the pad. Yeah, that does kind of suck on that game a little bit, but I mean, it wasn't like immersion break into for the most part. I mean, it was still like all right, whatever, but it was fine. Jeff, you do realize that PlayStation has Destruction All Stars, um, Bug Snacks, and Returnal, right, dude? I mean, those are PlayStation's bleeding edge, Sea of Thieves and Crackdown 3, my friend. Fake Outrage. I'm on a PS5. I'm on PS5. What are you talking about, Fake Outrage? Do you not? What about you, Shaq? I mean, honestly, bro, do you feel like PlayStation's being good to you guys? Yeah, I mean, I have a PlayStation 5, but as a content creator, it does kind of make sense for me to warn my community of potential PlayStation 5 buyers that, you know, they're going to be nickeled and dimed every step of the way with their PlayStation 5 purchase. So they might want to consider an Xbox, my friend. Oh yeah, Godfall. That was a great one too. I forgot about that, Sev. Oh gosh. Bug Snacks was high 70. Oh my gosh, man. Wow. I fully agree. PlayStation had maybe four games that set them apart, like really high quality. Yeah, especially last one. Yes, man. Yeah, that's pretty much true. I don't care what the score is, Jeff. I mean, if a game is good, like I usually buy my games, you know, based on the way they look and stuff. You know, like I'm like, all right, yeah, cool. I want to give that a try. Game score really never really factors into if I'm going to buy a game or not, man. I literally have my games pre-ordered far in advance. You know, far in advance. They literally have a Stray Cat simulator coming out. Wait, what was that? Somebody said something. Gosh damn it. Ooh, I never played the Pathless. That's one I haven't played yet. Somebody said something about Octavio. I will never buy Returnal bug snacks on my PS5. I'd rather eat real bugs and snacks than buy bug snacks. I don't think I'd ever buy bug snacks or play it. Just doesn't look appealing to me at all. Returnal, if you can get it for a decent price, man, it's not a bad game. You just got to be into that. If you got to be into that roguelite stuff, though, man, you got to be into that. It's not a bad game. It doesn't play bad. I think it was overpriced when it came out. That's my biggest thing with it. I did buy Sackboy, Jeff. I bought it. I bought Sackboy and Guilty Gear Strive, but I haven't played the Pedestrian or the Pathless. Gosh dang it. I'm going to get bamboozled 2 more times tonight, huh? No, I'm just joking. Yes, Jeff, there are also more fanboys on PlayStation. Coincidence? Well, I mean, PlayStation is kind of a freaking wait, what did Shaq say? The only people I can take serious about this fake outrage is PS4 users and people on PS5 who will boycott the game. Speak with your wallet or don't care. Don't outrage them by the game. You know, it's me speaking out for those people on the PlayStation 4, man. Yeah, this doesn't affect me as much because I don't have to worry about the PlayStation 4 version, but I mean, as a content creator, man, this does kind of suck, dude. It does kind of suck for people that do not have that possibility, especially when, dude, Jim Ryan himself said that you would get a free upgrade on Horizon Forbidden West, bro. Like, he said that, like, literally said that. So I there's no way I'm not gonna call him out on that, dude, to my community, bro. On PC, Jeff, a stray cat. Kevin. You guys are so good, man. And yeah, I swear to God, there's a coming out. I want a PS5 to Jeff. I'm always been an Xbox guy. I have PS4 Pro. I thought the PS4 Pro was going to be 60 frames, but it's cool. Done spend a lot of money on my games. Yeah, you know, dude, I'm so invested in both ecosystems that it doesn't even matter anymore, man. I buy games left and right, dude. I actually do think Sackboy's a good game, Jeff. Me and Junior have been playing through it. We're going to review it when we get it finished. Hopefully this weekend, we're going to drop a review on that. Sackboy has been pretty good, man. We have been enjoying it. It's almost like the first game I haven't really felt completely screwed, bro. I paid $60 for it, and I got a PlayStation 5 version, man. I thought that was all right. Shit on Alien Fire Team. I thought it was excellent, so scores mean shit. Yeah, dude, that Aliens game's not bad, man. I just need to. I thought my friend was gonna buy it, and he hasn't picked it up yet. We were gonna play it together. Still waiting for him to pick that up. He's just kind of going through some stuff. So as soon as he picks it up, we're gonna be playing through that together. But dude, there's more than just you and freaking Jeff, Shaq. Come on, man. There's a lot. I have a lot of people that like PlayStation, man. I don't understand why you and Jeff are like so why you guys get so why do you guys have to be so defensive of PlayStation, man? Like, come on, guys. Like, it's okay for us to talk about how we're feeling, man. Like, I'm in it with you guys. I literally have a PlayStation 5 and I buy PlayStation 5 games all the time, man. I'm there. Like, why can't we just have like an honest conversation about how PlayStation's going, man? Like, I don't get it sometimes, man. I don't. I want to be. I don't know, man. This me and Jeff criticism of Xbox. Okay, got a fair point there. You got a fair point. I kind of feel like my defense of Xbox is because of all the heat Xbox has taken for stuff that PlayStation's doing now, and nobody ever nobody ever calls out PlayStation for any of this stuff, dude. Yeah, well, welcome back to the show, Desmond. PlayStation is basically pimping people at this point. They're saying, I've seen The reason why I talk about this stuff even a lot more, dude, I've seen a lot of comments today, and because I get on Twitter, and that's probably the bane of my, I probably should avoid Twitter, because it gets me heated sometimes, man. And then I'm like, what the freak, man? I like PlayStation 2 on a PS5, but I'm sick of the hype train. Yeah, I just do the hype for the PlayStation 5. I still feel like it's kind of overzealous, man. Like, we'll find out next Thursday. I'm going to come home from work early. We're going to do that. Wednesday, guys. I'm going to be doing an unboxing for the Galaxy Z Fold, man. I bought that phone. Going to go ahead and do an unboxing on that. I'm going to talk about it and see if it's really cracked out. I have not seen any of these fold phones in person. Oh wait, no, I did see like a little one. I seen one of them little ones at Costco. I haven't seen one of the big ones, so this is going to be completely new for me to go ahead and unbox this phone on the channel and let people know how I feel about it. This is I've actually went 2 years without upgrading my phone. I'm still rocking the S10 5G, so this is going to be interesting. Yeah, this is gonna be new for me, man. Checking out this phone on the channel and stuff. So this is gonna be pretty cool. I like to do that when I get like other stuff too, like kind of do unboxings and stuff like that. It's pretty fun, man. I had a good time doing the unboxing for the Thrustmaster. So I should have did that with the TV too, but that's just too big, and I need a different type of camera for that. So this is gonna be pretty fun. Yeah, Shaq, Jeff. A lot of the people that are in here right now, dude, we're dual gamers, man. We buy both consoles, we play on both consoles, and like, yeah, dude, a lot of other people, man, are just kind of sick of it, man. We are getting sick of the fact that I'm feeling kind of used by PlayStation guys, and yeah, I don't know, man. It's just kind of the way I felt. I'm going to be completely honest, man. Like, my hype level for PlayStation 5 just wasn't as strong as it was for PlayStation 4, man. Yeah, it just wasn't, dude. And a lot of that was the fact that my PlayStation 5 hype started to wane when we were hearing about 9.2 teraflops. I was like, my gosh, man, are we really going to have, one of those lopsided PlayStation generations again, man? Like, I was just feeling that way, guys. And I was feeling also that I was feeling like if they bring an underpowered console at the beginning of this generation, that means there's going to be a PlayStation 5, and I'm going to end up having to buy two consoles from PlayStation this generation. And I already feel kind of burned from last generation because the PlayStation 4 Pro, it was an upgrade, but it wasn't really that big of an upgrade. It was how many dual gamers are really non-biased. I don't necessarily, Jeff, I don't really think that we're being biased though, bro. I mean, like, to an extent, maybe there's a lot. I mean, because I admit there's a lot more positivity on this channel for Xbox than there is PlayStation. But at the same time, like, we're gamers, man. Like, at the end of the day, when I buy a PlayStation game, I'm excited when I get that game in my hands and I start playing it. It just goes to show that people don't have a lot of money. It's not right for them to charge us for. Yeah, I feel like they're kind of overcharging them. Them first party games look better than anything other than Forza on Xbox. Yeah, them 9.2 games do look pretty damn good at 30 frames a second, Shaq. You're right, they do. And I'm pretty sure Forza Horizon 5 is going to look amazing at 30 frames a second. Flight Simulator looks pretty damn good at 30 frames a second. So it'll be a different story. I mean, like, Ratchet and Clank did look pretty good at 30 frames or at 60 FPS. I mean, but yeah, dude, I mean, Ratchet and Clank, it is not that big of a difference from anything else on the Xbox, nor is Spider-Man, Spider-Man Miles Morales. It was was all right. I mean, the cut scenes in both of those games look freaking phenomenal. And yeah, dude, I can't take that away from them. I mean, they do look pretty damn good. And we're still, I mean, we're still basically dealing with cross-gen games too, Shaq, you know. I mean, what are we gonna when Unreal Engine 5 starts being used as the backbone for this generation, like how are games going to look and perform then? Like we still have no idea, man. Like right now they look great because they're cross-gen, but I wonder how much that's going to change later. Negative news for what? Fake outrage for small issues? These are not small issues, Jeff. They're pretty decent size. Yeah, I know PlayStation's going to be fine this generation, Andy. Like I don't doubt that for 1 minute. I mean, I've been coming back for 5 generations, so yeah, dude. PlayStation games are boring. Both consoles, Jeff. You don't need the bias. That's the point. Best of both worlds. Exactly, man. Yeah, the UE5 demo has been out and it was running at 30 frames a second at 1440p, Shaq. That's fine and all, but I kind of want, you know, more games to run at 60 frames a second this generation. So how is that going to run? You know, if it's 60 frames a second, is it going to be 1080p? Like, I don't know, man. We still haven't seen how it's going to look on a 4K TV. That's kind of the only thing I really worry about. Like, how's it going to look? Because you guys see how close I sit to my TV while I'm playing. So how is that going to look on my 4K TV that close? That's kind of the point, you know. I mean, if I'm sitting 8 feet away from it, then maybe it'd be a different story. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how that's gonna hold up. EA and Activision have pretty much always been scummy pricers, dude. like it just kind of sucks to see Sony going down that road too, man. You'll be able to tell that it's not 4K, but I think it'll be okay. Yeah, I'm hoping that I'm hoping that it won't be that bad. Resolution and graphics are not the same. The Last of Us 2 is 1440p and best looking game. Yeah, it does look pretty good, but it does look pretty fuzzy too, Shaq. I do like The Last of Us 2. I just wish it because I sit so close to it, man. It kind of has like a little fuzzy look to it, but that's fine. That one looked great. I honestly think Microsoft hasn't unlocked Xbox full potential on purpose, and when they do, a lot of mouths will shut. I do too, man. If that DirectML works anywhere as good as DLSS, we're going to be in for a pretty good show, man. Sony is greedy ass company. Yeah, that's pretty true, man. They are. Yeah, exactly. The whole gaming community hates EA and Activision, but we still buy their garbage, man. And Ubisoft, yeah, but we still buy them a lot. A lot of us still buy them. Studio, 350 people, and are undisputedly some of the best Unreal devs in the world. It's very true. They do a damn good job. If you're an old school gamer, you understand. Exactly. Yes, I will definitely have a breakfast burrito. It sounds good, but I'm going to be able to taste it. So, sorry, I just saw your vid, bro. It's all facts, but bro, you must feel good laughing to the bank. Yeah. Huh. Oh, you just watched that other one? Oh yeah, with that Microsoft money. Oh damn. It's about calling Sony out, ripping out their fan. Yeah, exactly, man. We're ripping. I kind of do. I feel like PlayStation is ripping us off a little bit right now, guys. That's kind of the way I felt a lot this generation, man. How are we going to hold them accountable for Halo when it's a game? They're going for the Destiny. They're going for the Destiny thing with Halo, man. It's a game of service, man. It is what it is. Don't listen. Last thing on the power narrative, the Xbox may have better res on third-party games. It's more powerful, but to most gamers, that really doesn't matter. Third-party, yeah, I mean that matters to me, Shaq. The resolution does matter to me. I like high resolution. I got to have Diablo 2. yeah. Those guys are gonna. Yeah, I'm buying Diablo 2 regardless. So man, like I said, I do not believe in boycotting any company for any reason whatsoever, unless they're like blatantly like racist. You know, I mean, yeah, dude, or committing crimes against humanity and stuff like that. Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna buy their stuff. But I mean, for a company to like, I don't know. That sounds contradictory. I know. Just hand me my food, love. I like food.
I know, it's just so weird that you're being lied.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I like the fact that these consoles are higher spec. I do. I appreciate that. You don't. Majority of Xbox gamers didn't polls the show. I am eventually going to get a place or a PC, but I'm just kind of holding off. It's WRC10 4K on Series X and does it have 120 hertz mode? It does, and it does. It does have 120 hertz. I think it might have 120 hertz on the Series S as well. The stable frame rates, yeah, but at the same time, man, I mean, I don't know, man. Like I'm kind of at a crossroads with that. Do I prefer a solid 60 frames a second at 1800p, or would I rather have 4K and drop a few frames every now and then? I am a little bit on the fence about that sometimes, guys. But for the most part, the couple of frames drop doesn't really matter to me as much. Sorry, guys, I'm eating. The Series X on Halo Edition. Straggler Rock, man. Crack me up, bro, all the time. Oh yeah, I mean, for the most part, like 60 frames matters a lot. Like I appreciate that, but at the same time, if a game is dropping frames like a couple frames, I have VRR on my TV on my Xbox, so for the most part, like I don't really notice that, so it doesn't really matter that much, man. I'd rather have that higher resolution. I would 100% take 57 frames at 4K over 1800p locked at 60. Yeah, I'm pretty much right there, dude. Till maybe next gen. Yeah, I don't necessarily feel like we're going to get a locked 4K. I mean, maybe an upscale, depending on if Microsoft's DirectML really works. Yeah, I know, but it drops all the way to 1080p, Macca. VRR is variable refresh rate. It makes it so if your game drops frames, the screen don't tear and it looks stable. Like it still looks like you're at 60 frames a second the whole time. So it's actually pretty nice to have. What's slow, Metal Face? Sega is next. 5.2 gigahertz on PS5 versus 2.9 on Xbox. PS3 and early PS4. Has Sony ever had more powerful hardware? Nope. This is the most powerful hardware Sony has ever put out on the market to date. I completely give them 100% for that. Yeah. This is the most powerful console PlayStation has ever launched right out of the gate. I'm pretty impressed with that for the most part. It's not consistent yet, but I think it's on purpose because the Series X can do way more than what they're currently putting out. I think they can. I think they just need to optimize a little better, and it'll be really good. Yeah, I played a lot of WRC 9 at 120 FPS, and you're right. You really don't notice it too much. It doesn't look bad. I've had my Xbox hooked up with my capture card Maca, so I can't really get the 120 FPS pass through on that. So I have to unhook it and hook it back up. But since I've been playing it, I've been recording a lot of my gameplay so that I can make videos on it. Didn't Cyberpunk disappoint you guys? No, not necessarily. Not on Series X. Cyberpunk was pretty good. I just played through the campaign. I didn't really play around with the side stuff, though. Those numbers are all bull because my PS5 is slow compared to my Series X. I think that has a lot to do with the 4K UI, though, Metal Face. If it didn't have that 4K UI, it'd probably be a lot faster. I do think that it would be. Xbox Series X can't do 4K 120 frog at the moment, even top end. Yeah. No. Yeah. You're right, Andy. The Xbox on that game isn't doing 4K 160. There are games like Doom Eternal hits 1800p at 120 frames. So I personally never expected either of these consoles to do 4K 120. Like I never thought that was going to be possible. I almost didn't even buy a TV that could do full they could do the full 2.1 they could do the 2.1 just because I didn't think we were ever going to get anything higher than 1440p, so it didn't really matter. Christian Ori actually does yeah, it's 4K 120 and 6K downsampled to 4K at 60. Peasant Station 5. Same X. Welcome to the show, man. Welcome to the evil empire, Andrew. You are officially an Xbot after your last two videos. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't want to, dude. I don't know if I'd even want to be like a. I don't know if I'd want to be an Xbot or a pony. I think I just like being able to enjoy both, man. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I like all the attention I get when I say mean things about PlayStation. No, I'm just joking. You know what, Jeff? I don't know if I can necessarily take Digital Foundry seriously anymore, man. He's got one of them new PlayStations in his possession, and he hasn't done any, like, he didn't rip it apart and really do any kind of testing on it. He just kind of said, "Well, it's up to PlayStation to let us know." Yeah, I mean, okay, cool. Sounds great, man. We're playing Flight Sim, Hades, Psychonauts 2. Yeah, I know it's coming plus, just like everything, Jen. I'm just upset that my Series X does nothing for me outside of my sports games. Starfield is taking way too long. The dust is starting to pile up. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know, Shaq. I mean, you're probably buying more of your third party games on the PlayStation, right? So yeah, dude. I mean, if I was buying all my third party games on PlayStation still, I would be satisfied, guys. I would be satisfied with my PlayStation 5 experience. There's no doubt about that. If I only had a PlayStation 5, I would be satisfied. I would. It's only when you have both systems and you can compare and contrast, and then you're buying, like, it all kind of just boils down to whatever one you're buying your third party games on, man, to tell you the truth. And that's the biggest thing, if I've said this on this channel a few times, man, if you've got a PlayStation 5 and that's all you got, dude, you're going to be happy. You're going to be happy. You should be pretty happy with that. But the fact that, like, they're pulling stuff like this for PS4 owners that want to be able to upgrade, but they just still can't find a PS5. Yeah, dude, that kind of sucks, man. That's not cool. Digital Foundry's a liar and biased towards Xbox. I don't know, man. I used to I really respect Richard Ledbetter a lot, but seeing as he's the one that did the did that thing, that rebuttal of Austin Evans thing, and knowing that he went out and bought a new PS5 model, like, yeah, dude, that kind of sucks, man. I've seen him pull apart both the Xboxes, but he's not going to pull apart this new one and like really dig into it. That to me is just at the end of the day kind of a little bit misleading. He should pull that apart because Austin Evans didn't go far enough. He needs to separate the heat sink from the die to let us know if they're still using that liquid metal, because I can tell you right now, liquid metal is not compatible with an aluminum heat sink. So I'd be dying to know if they swapped out the liquid metal for paste to use it with that aluminum. I would really like to know that, guys. Question: if Xbox gamers weren't on PlayStation AAA level, then why do PS fans want Starfield so bad? Just asking. Starfield is going to be a freaking pretty dang good game, man. If I had a PS5 only, would you pay a scalp price for the Series X? No, I would wait until I could get it. Dude, I waited like 4 months to get my PS5 and paid MSRP for it. I would have done the same thing with the Xbox. Why does he need to zoom in on Flight Sim though? I mean, Flight Sim looks pretty decent, The game's no more. Gold has been decent the last couple of months. Gold. Really, dude? So why are you using him, Jeff? Okay, let's see. Austin Evans definitely knows more than Sony engineers. Starfield was the third party before the acquisition. Microsoft has nothing to do with that game. They just bought it. Same thing with Minecraft. Yeah, they did leave Minecraft on all consoles, so that was pretty good of them. Ghost is 2 islands. Flight Sim is the entire planet. Yeah, that's true. Austin Evans did us a solid though, Jeff. He doesn't need to admit fault. He did a test and he gave us his answer, man. The new PlayStation's running hotter. The new PlayStation has a smaller heat sink, bro. It is what it is, man. I did see him. I did watch that, Andy. He even used my my little video in his little thing. I was like, come on, man. My video wasn't even negative towards you, man. I was actually like kind of having your back on that. I thought you did us a good service. Yeah, I think 1440p looks decent on a 4K TV for the most part. It doesn't look as bad. But Minecraft was already out. Starfield is in development. Yeah, I kind of see that the whole Starfield thing is the same as Psychonauts 2, man. Psychonauts 2 was announced before the PlayStation 5, so they didn't have any reason to put that on the PlayStation 5. They should have, though. I kind of feel like they should make a PlayStation 5 version for that, but I don't know. Yeah, you would think there would be somebody rushing out to show us this new PlayStation 5, man. I don't think we're going to get that video anytime soon, though. I think I'm kind of hoping that Gamers Nexus guy does one. Actually, after you guys were talking about him, I went and I checked it out, and I was like, all right, man, this guy seems like he knows what he's doing. So I'll definitely be looking forward to him doing a video on that new PlayStation 5, guys. If the new PlayStation 5 is hotter, but the Series X is 25 degrees hotter, which one would die first? Well, the new Xbox is I don't know, man. It might die before it. Who knows, man? Dude, I bet if I get my girlfriend a Series X fridge, she might agree to it. Oh, man. Come on, straggly. Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, there's definitely some. Oh, Marvel's Midnight looks like a mobile game. Yeah, we went over that yesterday. That was pretty freaking fun, man. Ooh, gosh, I don't know, man. It's like another bait and switch, dude. I'm so sick of that bait and switch stuff. Those amazing freaking reveal graphics look so good on Midnight Suns, and then they show us that other stuff, and I'm like, is this another mobile game, guys? Like I was stunned. I was like, is this a mobile game? Really? They spend all this money to make these really amazing graphics to show us a mobile game? Dang. You know, seeing as the Series X is running at a lower clock speed for the GPU, but has more cores, it probably doesn't get as hot as the PlayStation 5 running at a higher clock speed. So the cooling in the PlayStation in the Series X is probably a lot more is probably more sufficient than what we may think. That PlayStation running at that higher clock speed though, yeah, I don't know, man. This is definitely going to be one of those things that we're not going to know the answer for a while, you know? I mean, it would really suck if this turns out to be like a Red Ring of Death or something, you know, for Sony with these new PlayStation 5s. But I could just see them like tapping down the power of these games or maybe making them not so demanding. I could definitely see that. We do have precedent with the PlayStation 4 Pro, you know, a lot of developers kicking them down. I mean, the PlayStation games, they still cranked them up, but a lot of developers were just settling on a 1080p. 1080p for a lot of those games on the PS4 Pro. I mean, like them having the price for it, you know, like is whatever. And you would still only believe Sony if they said it. Yeah, that's true, Desmond. I'm pretty sure. No, XSS runs hotter, 65 to 70. Revised PS5 runs at 56. Say, oh, the Xbox runs at 65 to 70. I mean, yeah. You mean the hotter air coming out of it, right? I have not watched the Nexus Gamer video about that. Maybe I'll watch those videos on there and see what he had to say. 1800p, 120. Yeah, 1800p at 120 frames a second looks pretty damn good. The Series X doesn't make a sound. It's amazing. Yeah, dude, it's so freaking quiet. My PlayStation 5 is a little bit, test it yourself, Andrew. Play the same game on both consoles at the same time for an hour and see which one is hotter. I know for a fact the top of my Series X be steaming after a 2K session. Okay. I mean, I could literally turn both of them on. I got two TVs and play one on the other one. Next to TV, I'm gonna have 69K. Yeah. I mean, like at the end of the day, like the Xbox Series X came out and it runs at the temperature that it runs at, right? The PlayStation 5 came out at a certain temperature, running at a lower temperature, and now it's running at a hotter temperature. I don't understand why we're bringing Xbox into that conversation. As far as I know, Xbox is still making the exact same heat sink for the Xbox Series X. So I don't see how this has become I don't really get why we're bringing Xbox into that. You know what I mean? Like the Xbox has always ran it the same way it runs. Made a video showing that yeah, that's what matters. It's just fine, Jeff. No issues at 56. Yeah, both of these, as far as I know, both of these chips and specs, even with the new PS5 heatsink, are running within specification. So at the end of the day, like nobody's going to really be able to tell a difference for the most part. It's just good to kind of know that they're cutting out a pretty good amount of that heatsink that definitely is making the new PlayStation run a little bit hotter. Staying inside, that's what it's supposed to do. Exactly. Bringing all that heat out. I bring up Xbox because even with the new PS5 being hotter, it's still cooler than the Series X. Series X also has more power, Shaq. I mean, the new PS5 isn't it running kind of close to what the Series X is running at now? I don't know. I haven't seen anybody like little heat videos, man. So I'm gonna have to check those out so that I can appreciate the argument better. I guess. Only if I remove every high school diploma. PS5 clocks are not tied to thermals. Austin just spreading FUD. Yeah, I don't believe they were tied to the thermals. I think they were tied to the power draw. That's what Mark Cerny was saying, that the PlayStation 5 clock speeds are going to be tied to power draw or something. Played Riders Republic on PS5 and didn't notice any DualSense features. First third-party game without it so far. Yeah, dude, I played it on both. I played it on the Xbox. I got into the closed beta on the Xbox and then finished it out playing on both of them. The only thing I really noticed on the PlayStation 5 being a lot different is the visuals looked a little bit more blurry. Not much. The visuals looked pretty much the same, just a little bit more blurry, and there was a lot more screen tearing on the PlayStation 5 version than on the Xbox. The Xbox was, I mean, there was screen tearing, but it definitely showed more screen tearing on PS5, which definitely VRR would have definitely helped out a lot more on that game. Microsoft checked in. Oh gosh. Then let me hold something. Then those checks crazy. All clocks are tied to the thermal, LOL. I mean, yeah, I mean, like eventually it's going to be tied to the thermal. I mean, if it overheats, it's obviously going to shut down. So yeah. The only time PS5 was at 52 was at ambient with no games running, and I have the video pulled up now. What is the PlayStation 5 on that video? What was the max heat that the PlayStation 5 was putting out, Sev? $53 is the exhaust heat, you muppet. Oh. So is Ghost of Tsushima. The world is beautiful, but the textures are kind of bad. Yeah. I wish them text. That was the one thing I wanted out of Ghost of Tsushima the most, was just higher resolution textures. I mean, but dude, that art style of that game still looks good though. I mean, either way you look at it, what's up, Ionix? Ionix? Yeah, I don't know how to say your name, my friend. But that's the one thing I wanted with Ghost of Tsushima the most, was just higher resolution textures. I would have been fine with the 1800p with higher resolution textures. That was the one thing I really wanted to see with that. It's the exhaust heat, not the heat from the SoC. Hopefully, Andy Hart. No, 69 is the perfect heat for the room. 69. Yeah, I got you, straggler. Oh, maybe it comes out alongside the new Sony TVs. Nice. Both the new and old have the same chip. If one runs warmer, it will die quicker. That's the point. Not what Xbox runs. Is a more powerful machine, which draws more power. So the difference is, Jeff, is like the thermals that the Xbox is running out now was the specification that Microsoft put out at the first. So if they were to change their heat sink and then the chip was running hotter after the new heat sink, then that would be different than what you've already bought or what was already on the market. Do you see why this argument? I mean, it doesn't really necessarily make as much sense to bring Xbox into this, because as I know, Xbox hasn't changed their heat sink. So I don't know how that's even a thing. The memory went over 90, which is off the CPU of the system, where the system on a chip got into the high 80s and right at 90. Okay, so that was the PlayStation 5, the one that the Nexus Gamer was doing. Sony TVs are trash. Dude, I was going to buy... The biggest reason like why I didn't buy like a Sony or a Samsung is neither one of them had support for Dolby Vision. The only two that I think support Dolby Vision out of the box is Vizio and LG. So I was like, "Ooh boy," because I almost actually bought a Sony TV when I bought this Vizio. Cabbage spawn would have showed the components were moved and more thermal paste added. More thermal paste. Ooh. All Austin was saying was the new version runs hotter, which equals the worst product versus the first version of the product from. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's kind of the way I looked at that. But you don't know if the chip is running hotter on the new PS5. Nobody knows that yet. As far as I know, nobody knows that the new chip is running hotter. DDP 540. Yeah, I don't know if. Yeah, nobody. I don't think anybody knows that. Anything over, say, close to 100 degrees is dangerous. Yeah. The more exhaust heat, the better. Yep, that's true. If it has a PS5, I wouldn't want to go home after work. Xbox One changed things. They're not trying to cut cost. And it's understandable, but come on, PlayStation, don't cut. Yeah, the heatsink thing. Maybe the new heatsink is exactly what the PlayStation needed in the first place. The PS5 needed. Maybe they're just saving the new one. I meant the old heatsink for the PlayStation 5 Pro, guys. Maybe that one will come with that heatsink back. Yeah, it sucks. I don't use my PS5 on my 4K monitor, but I want to use my 1440p monitor. Yeah, I think these systems are mainly going to do like a 1440p 120 to 1080p, depending on how much fidelity the visuals have. the Microsoft should make the Series SEX and have 8 terabyte locked at 69K. Oh my gosh, dude. If I could have sworn that somebody did that like slim down version, like made a picture of that slim down Xbox. They cut off the disk drive and made it a little slimmer and said it was the E model or the V model. I don't remember which one it was. Yes, it runs hot, but from what I can see, the stock PS5 still runs a bit hot after an hour or so of gaming. It isn't much worse, but it's not the same either. Yeah. You can make a fair guess. It's running hotter as they removed half the heat sink. Yeah, probably. Pro, my girlfriend runs hotter than any console. Oh, not necessary. Not necessary. Fan components part of that too. Yeah, that's true. Make guesses, but Austin jumped out of the window, which is why he's getting dragged. Yeah, it was the V model, huh, Andy? The SVX. The SVX. It sounds like a Ford. Sounds like a Ford car, bro. Hotter air, so the ambient temperature in my room is hotter. Are we talking about the air temperature in the room or the SOC? Well, one could assume that if they used an aluminum heat sink, Jeff, then they also had to switch to thermal paste because that liquid metal is not compatible with aluminum. Did Gamers Nexus tested the new one? Wait, Gamers Nexus has put out a new video on that? On the new PS5? Well, let's have a look-see. Gamers Nexus. Okay, that one was from 9 months ago. 8 months ago. Send me a link to it, Sev. I'm not finding it. Oh boy. Oh man. Remember Lockhart, LOL. A lie doesn't exist. Oh really? Andrew, if they have, can you play it? Play what? Oh yeah, if he does, yeah, exactly. I mean, if I can find the new video, let me switch over to my you're right, Frog. This is a launch system and it gets that hot. Let's see. YouTube. Hold on, guys. I can't read any of your comments for a second. Gotta go over here and see Gamers Nexus. Dude, are you serious? Hold on a minute, guys. Yeah. Can you guys hear me, though? I screwed something up. I need to figure out how to bring my camera back up. Okay. There we go. Sorry, guys. I was trying to look at that up, and I accidentally clicked the. I accidentally exited it out of the. I cannot freaking find that video, Sev. All right, I'll bring up his original video. That's what I'll do. Yeah, we'll look at that. Because I think that's all I can find on him. PS5 thermals. All right, so I'm going to go back here. I'm going to share my screen. Let's do this. Let's do it. And then we'll maybe we'll check out the Xbox one too. Be careful what people can see on there, we say. Let's watch this thing. Right,
experience the new Samsung Galaxy.
A thermographic image, and assuming it tells you anything useful. Move these panels.
Knock them off.
We've done a hell of a lot of custom wiring on the Sony PlayStation 5, and that's to do thermal testing. So we wired up thermocouples to various components in there, the back of the SoC, MOSFETs, things of that nature, to see once and for all how the thermal performance is of the PlayStation 5. There were some early thermographic images of PS5s and Xboxes externally, but those don't really tell you what's going on, what the heat is at the component level where it actually matters. The plastic doesn't much care if it's 40 degrees or 50 degrees Celsius. It's at the memory and the SoC and the capacitor level where that starts to matter. So that's what we're looking at today with a bunch of custom wiring and testing the Sony PlayStation 5 in some gaming load scenarios. Before that, this video is brought to you by Squarespace. Squarespace is what we've been using for years to manage our own Gamers Nexus store, and we've been incredibly happy with the choice. Squarespace makes e-commerce easy for those interested in starting stores, but it also has powerful tools to build all types of websites.
I gotta fast forward this.
Photo galleries for interposer in there, enable logging on it, and we're able to take the per second power consumption against the per second thermal numbers that we're getting from our 6 thermocouples here. And so that allows us to plot the thermal change versus the power consumption spikes or declines, depending on what we're doing with the console or the game. All of the testing was done in a standardized way, so we chose one specific spot in testing. For that testing sequence, we're using Astro's Playroom and specifically the cooling level, because that's what we're testing, so why not? We had the player positioned in the dust storm at the beach, and we chose this spot specifically because we wanted something with constant updates on the screen provided by the dust here, but also by the NPCs that are visible in the dust storm. So that means that we have some assurance that the P states for the SoC, the GPU, for example, will remain at their highest and fully engaged for the whole test period. The test period itself is one of the longest we've ever done. For CPU coolers, typically about 23 minutes is the sweet spot. where you're able to reach steady state, hold it for a couple minutes, and get your numbers. But for this, we ran it for 60 minutes. And we also ran power consumption logging during this test, but we'll get to that chart later. Measured across about 67 minutes, we plotted ambient, VRM MOSFET, 2 memory modules, and 2 SoC locations. The MOSFET we measured plotted at about 71 degrees Celsius. Because we positioned this thermocouple slightly further away from the casing than we normally would on a PC component, the actual MOSFET temperature is running higher than this. MOSFETs and power components, though, can generally take upwards of 125 to even 150 degrees Celsius, depending on what the component is. Like inductors, which are really just copper coils inside of a shell, they can take a lot more. But 71 is suboptimal considering how distant the measurement point is from the casing, but it's still within spec. Even in the 80s would be okay here, although indicative of poor design in that case. The bottom memory module that we measured is the worst of all of these parts. The thermocouple is butted right up against the side of the casing, so the actual memory silicon is anywhere from 5 to 10 degrees higher than the external casing temperature. Also remember that this is a flip chip PGA package, so that affects things too. It gets it closer to the PCB. The module measures about 94 degrees Celsius in an ambient of 21 degrees Celsius. In a hotter ambient environment, this could have memory running right up against its thermal limits with potential long-term downsides or even short-term memory abnormalities and artifacting behavior. The second memory module measured much lower than this, but our point of measurement is also about 1 millimeter away from the casing for this one, so it's not direct contact. The SoC backside measured at about 68 to 70 degrees Celsius when tested in the center of the back of the socket with a thermocouple sandwiched between 2 of the bulk filtering capacitors on the back, and this means that we're measuring through the PCB and then the substrate to hit the flip chip silicon. So we don't have any in silicon way to measure thermals like we do with PC components. We also didn't want to disturb the liquid metal, so this was the best way to take a measurement without actually removing the cooler from the SoC, allowing the liquid metal to therefore remain undisturbed so that we didn't have to influence the measurement result. The bottom of the SoC measured warmer at 74 to 75 degrees Celsius. And overall, the memory thermals were the most concerning out of these measurements. Before moving on, we'll draw 2 vertical lines on this chart. One at the 4,000 second mark, and then another one at the 6,000 second mark. At the 4,000 second mark, we exited the game and returned to the menu. That will have quill wine. You'll hear it. Whereas when you're running it typically under a different type of load, you might not. So different things will trigger it. We didn't hear a coil whine with this particular unit, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. The next thing on noise is at 20-inch distance, which is standard for our PC component testing. It was in the 33 to maybe max 35 range when under full load, which is actually pretty damn good. So it seems like Sony has listened to the complaints about the noise from previous generation consoles and tried to resolve it by running a massive fan as quietly as they could, which resulted in the higher thermals in some scenarios. There is room to scale this fan up a lot more. It could be way louder if they wanted it to be, because the amount of power it can pull approaching 30 watts is not insignificant for a fan. So could definitely be louder, but at the noise level it's running right now, objectively, it's pretty quiet. It's in the range of, once you're actually sitting couch distance from it, say even 3, 4, 5 feet, but even at 3 feet, it's already going to fall below where we're measuring PS5, it, more towards the upper 20s or lower 30s. As far as I know, they didn't change. So noise, it seems like they've done a pretty good job there comparatively. Removing the panels helped with the thermals, but removing one of them wasn't good enough. Removing both was beneficial to the tune of about 5 degrees, and that's after accounting for ambient. So 4 or 5 degrees in there for memory thermals, for VRAM, for SoC thermals. That was about the global impact on the PCB, a reduction of, let's call it 5C, from removing both panels. That's not a reasonable solution, obviously, but there is room for Sony, if it wanted to maybe put some slats into the sides of the case in a way that still fits the design aesthetic. They've got that futuristic look. They could still hold that and get some extra cooling potential in there, specifically near the fan intake and anywhere else it's sort of trapping the heat to against the body of the chassis. Power consumption's pretty impressive. So this is true of consoles mostly every generation. But when you're looking at a 200 watt max power for the type of performance and graphics it's getting, that is well optimized. And that falls largely on AMD for doing the design work for the SoC for that, or for the CPU and the GPU for that. So AMD not surprisingly, has done a lot to improve the power envelope in this generation of console because it's already done that for its desktop and its server class hardware, or its Zen architecture, RDNA architecture, all the previous architectures working up to it. They've been trying hard to work on power efficiency, and with the newer Zen architectures and RDNA, AMD has finally achieved some of those goals. So that's what you're seeing here. We're at 200 watts. The relative output in terms of graphics capabilities and frame rate, performance overall, is significantly higher than past devices, and that's because of the improvement at the silicon level and by the design teams at AMD. Thermally, it is definitely running a bit warmer than we'd like to see on the memory. So the hottest memory module we measured was about 93, when in a room ambient between 21.9 or so and 23 point something. So very high for where it was measured. A couple things about that. That is the casing measurement of the memory module. It is possible that the silicon itself is cooler. Typically, it would be warmer than that, though. Standard difference we see in like a GPU is about 5 to 10 degrees, and we know that with a GPU because with some GPUs in the past, you're given access to the on-die sensor of the memory, so you can check the on-die versus an external, and the delta we see is about 5 to 10 C, depending on the type of memory it is. So that said, it is not the best way to measure memory, and we acknowledge that. It's a pretty damn good one because you're taking a thermocouple right up against the side of it, but ideally we would have access to the internal die sensor to really get a highly confident reading on the silicon temperature itself. Regardless of that, though, at 93 degrees, it's safe to say we are uncomfortable with the temperature that the memory is running, and that Sony definitely is heavily lacking in its design here. So all of the caveats aside, all of the sort of testing methodology disclosures aside about the limitations of our sensitivity to the temperature, ultimately, it is running hot for at least that memory module, and we would assume some of the other memory modules on the side furthest away from the heatsink. So Sony can improve here significantly, and the easiest ways it can do that in our past testing, and presumably Sony's done a lot of testing itself and should know more than us, but for one reason or another, it didn't do things that would definitely improve performance here. Increasing the contact patch on the memory to this plate, this stupid low thermal conductivity plate, increasing the contact patch would definitely help improve memory thermals, because even though the silicon's in the middle of that casing, the heat's spreading through the whole thing, and pulling it away as fast as possible is always going to be beneficial, even if the silicon isn't necessary. It's like, think of an IHS. If you think of a CPU IHS, and you only get coverage right in the, let's say, a monolithic die, right in the middle of the IHS, your performance will objectively be worse than if you get full spread over the IHS and you can leverage your whole cold plate on the CPU cooler. It will always be better if you do the latter versus if you get just a dot as large as the silicon and then put the cooler on top of it. So this is an easy area of improvement for Sony. Full coverage on the memory modules, full thermal pad, and I would assume this is not a being cheap thing. This seems like a design decision maybe to permit the clearance of this, but at least some of these modules toward the outer edges, they could have fit a much wider contact patch. Really, we think that there should be better heatsink contact to the memory specifically for this console. The SoC, we can't get an on-die measurement, which is unfortunate, so we don't really know how hot that's running. It's in the 70s, though, in our test environment on the backside of the SoC between the MLCCs, and that's typically a pretty good indication to the actual temperature, but it's not incinerating. We need more test resolution, though, to really call the SoC temperature. Memory temperature, though, I'm pretty confident in saying it's too hot, and Sony should do something to try and keep that better in check, even if they've got a letter of exception from the memory manufacturer. It's just, it's still poor design, ultimately. So this could be done better for the memory cooling. But that should give you a very good look at thermals, decent look at noise.
Let's see what the Xbox one says.
Noise is pretty good shape. Power is good shape overall. And thermals are running on the high side. So they can always push an update and spin that fan faster. There's plenty of room to do that.
Laptops on Intel vPro make your team's day
Oh,
actually
gosh.
better, unlike all these empty
Sorry about the
calories.
hats, guys.
Hey, it's Sean from Wayback Arcades. And if you love old school arcade games like me, you probably
PlayStation 5, and is also the same approach that towards the center to our test setup. Overall, then, it showed us how the elongated holes on the outer edges of our test setup. Overall, then, conclusions: the console performed pretty well. The Xbox in the stream imaging has a very obvious path, and it's obvious looking at it too. But the interesting thing with the stream photography was that it showed us how the elongated holes on the outer edges of the top of the chassis sort of, and the angle of them from the concavity in the surface, project the air up and towards the center to almost be conical from the outside of the venting on the top of the chassis, whereas the center is just cylindrical, just straight up, very simple. But the design works well for getting the heat in and out of the box. There are a few problems with it that we think could have been improved, and there's some stuff that we'd like to see the console makers become more sophisticated with as they iterate. Now, consoles come out so infrequently that the iterative design steps are very few. You don't get a lot of small steps per generation. It's maybe a couple for refreshes, and that's about it. And the downside to that is that you don't really get the learning experiences from the developers, because the developers on the manufacturing side, the engineering side, because they are only making so many of these, and you probably have some talent changeover in the time between one and the next. So iterative steps are infrequent, and you get big changes in design, but not necessarily big moves forward in terms of the way the industry's handling it. So what we would like to see, they have serious space constraints here, clearly. It's not going to be perfectly unconstrained. But the back here, half of these vents are bogus. They don't actually do anything. They're real, they're there, but they're completely obstructed immediately on the other side. So they're pointless. A couple of things we would like to see, though. So for horizontal orientation, which would be like this, there's a lot of potential here to open up the bottom of this box and put some holes in it down here. Part of this is obstructed by things like part of the optical drive, but you've got about half of it that's open for potential airflow to be directly beneficial to the heatsink. And it is, unfortunately, you can see that there's no reason to have this on there when it's horizontal. It doesn't do anything. When it's vertical, it gives it a little bit of elevation off the surface, not much, about 5 millimeters off the surface. Enough to let some air in there, but not enough to be the most beneficial it could be. But when it's on its side, what we would like to see is some holes on the bottom. You can remove the plate easily enough, take it off, and then it would expose those holes for better intake. Unfortunately, not the case. And if they did it this way, they could even swing it back the other direction, open it up for intake, but put a dust filter in there, just like with a computer, maybe a slide-out dust filter or something. Very simple to do, not that expensive. You find them on $40 cases, for example, and give people finally some actual control over dust for their console. This is a negative pressure setup. There's one fan in the box. It pushes air out. That means air is going to come in wherever there's a hole. And there aren't too many of those in this case. You get some on the backside here. This is exaggerated because of the thermocouples, but there's some gaps in the paneling where you might have a very minor amount of dust come in. Not a whole lot, though. So most of the dust is going to come in through the venting where there's intended intake, which is right there, and then on the bottom. So if Microsoft opens up the intake a little bit, they can swing it back the other direction, put a filter in there, and now you've opened up the intake, and you've ended up with a net positive by adding a dust filter.
Well, we appreciate
the consoles don't seem to want to do dust filters. Dust is probably one of the most common killers over time of consoles, so we'd like to see a move in that direction. It would be, sadly, in a sense, revolutionary in the console space to add a simple dust filter. Not that expensive. It's not quite as pretty and compact. You add maybe 1.5 millimeters, 2 millimeters of plastic for the handle for the filter, and then you've got a significantly better overall maintenance scenario.
I saw one grandma that's probably
that's something we'd like to see. Thermally, it does pretty well. We didn't find any major issues. It doesn't mean there isn't one there somewhere. We have a limited amount of probes that we can reasonably run before the time cost and the actual cost starts ballooning like crazy. It takes about a couple weeks to really do this thoroughly, including the Schlieren photography and all that stuff. So adding more is not feasible for us. But from what we tested on this, we didn't find anything thermally concerning with the Series X. The design, as simple as it is, it's just a chimney, is actually really good. It works well. It's like the most efficient possible mini ITX configuration you could have. And the fact that there's a single large fan means that it can spin in a way that is functionally silent. It was inaudible in our test environment with a noise floor of 25.3 to 26 dB. So overall, it works well. It does pretty well here. The PlayStation 5 isn't that loud either. It did run louder in our testing, and they are tested in a like-for-like environment. But thermally, this one, we don't have any problems with it thus far. But we'll keep all these probes in there so that when we get, say, your
Thermally, we don't have any
see how
problems.
it ages. They take very
thus
different
far.
approaches, where the PlayStation 5's gone liquid metal.
So no hot
and
memory
this
chips
has
or nothing?
gone traditional thermal paste and thermal pads. Finally, takeaways for you. If you are putting this thing in a cramped cabinet under your TV, like if you have a TV entertainment stand or something, please make sure you don't have a bunch of walls surrounding all of the intake and exhaust. This is a really common problem for consoles because of the environment that they're installed in, and because I think a lot of the users probably are not checking this type of content. So thank you for watching. But if you have a shelf here, for example, maybe a couple centimeters off the surface, it's going to deflect air, exhaust specifically, back down. And if you have walls all around it, except for maybe there's one opening in the front out into the living room or something, then that air is going to get sucked back into the console and recirculate. It'll warm it up over time and get worse than what we're seeing in an open air environment. If you can put this on top of the TV stand, you're good. But if it's in anything that resembles a shelf,
I don't think you did, man. It's just showing PS5 and Series X. Yeah, so apparently there's no problems with the Xbox, only on the PlayStation, that memory chip or whatever on the original model. So I don't know, guys. I mean, like, why do we keep bringing Xbox into this, man? We're talking about Sony. I mean, obviously, if the PlayStation is if the PlayStation's running that way, like with the old one, and he was already complaining about the stuff, like I don't understand how this will be any better. I don't know, man. I don't think this is going to be any better, right, guys? Series V model better come with a plate. Better cost $699. It has no limits. Yep, there you have it, man. Like Cabbage just said, there you have it. It was already a concern, and now they chopped off half. But I mean, that's Gamers Nexus. I mean, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, okay, man, it's another YouTuber, bro. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying that he's wrong or anything. I'm just saying that he's just another YouTuber, just like Austin Evans, that clearly, knows how to use test equipment and thermocouples and all of that stuff. So yeah, I do believe his video more because of using thermocouples. But I mean, you also got to make sure with those that your stuff is calibrated too, man. We have to calibrate the thermocouples where I work a lot. As is testing regarding the memory is flawed. Let's just ignore that. LOL. PS5 is already sketchy and they shaved off half a pound of heatsink. Dominus, how you doing, man? I appreciate you. Before you say anything, Gamers Nexus are highly respected tech channel who are very thorough. Yeah, he looked pretty thorough, man. With being able to use thermocouples, we use those at work because we weld pipe, and on the chrome and stuff, we have to have thermocouples on our pipe, and then we have to have thermocouples when we put them in the oven too to do the to heat treat them. So yeah, man, like he's using proper equipment to test that. So that's pretty good, man. What do you think about the PlayStation event coming up? I'm hoping that they give us some good stuff, man. They said they should have a They said they're going to talk about what's to come for holiday 2021. So I'm actually a little bit optimistic about that. I really hope they have something coming out for the holiday, because I would really like to know what I'm going to play on my PlayStation this holiday. I mean, other than Deathloop, I did buy Deathloop, so we're going to check out Deathloop. By memory, do they by chance mean the magical SSD? No, I think it's one of the memory chips. The actual the RAM on that. I think that's what he was talking about, because it looked like he was pointing to where they have it arrayed in kind of a circle. Is it magic just to heat? Turns out. Jeff, I don't see your. Oh gosh. PL5 SSD gonna get slow in 7 years. Too hot. It's gonna melt. To tell you the truth, Straggly Rock, my new SSD that I put in my PS5, I can transfer games faster to that than I can transfer them back to it. The GDR memory severed. I don't know. Near instant cold boots. It's pretty magical. My Xbox boots faster than the PS5. Got your Jeff downvote already just from the title alone. Man, I've been getting a lot of downvotes, man. That Austin Evans video I did, dude, I'm almost at like a 50%. So everybody needs to get on there and like that video. No, I'm just joking. Get that like ratio back up. It's dragging down my 79%, guys. It's the RAM getting hot. Getting that hot frog, then that is even worse. Yeah, dude, that RAM, that's that one chip of RAM. Hopefully that's maybe that's the RAM chip that they use for the system boot. So I think we'll be all right. Let's be clear. I do not feel the PS5 version will kill the system, by the way, but I do think that it's a downgrade. Yeah, it's definitely a downgrade, man. Taking out, just swapping copper for aluminum, definitely a downgrade. And now to get to save up for the PS6. Oh gosh, you guys, man. RAM chips. The RAM chip dies, then the system dies. Yeah, that's true. Everything is soldered on that board too, man. I know. Microsoft, will you send me a check so I can buy a PS6? It's here by the expansion card full and not hot at all. Yeah, mine doesn't heat up too much. You can pull it out and still touch it, and it's not too hot. So I don't know, man. I think the Xbox did a pretty decent job with cooling on this system, man. Yeah, there could definitely be more vents, but I mean, I blow mine out every once in a while anyway, so. Yeah, so if one component on that board dies, then the whole system is gone. Yeah, everything's soldered to that board, man. That's pretty bad. Did Jeff take off, man? Jeff, you still here, buddy? I wanted to get his I wanted to talk to him about this, see what he was thinking. We believe in charging you twice, Jim, right now. Comments about the PS5 dying, those comments are referred to the new PS5, right? Not the original model? Yeah, I have the original too. The new one just has a, it looks like it's mostly aluminum now. PC for the win. I have water cooling system. Yeah, for real. He disappeared. Whoa. I don't know, man. Like, he comes in and like starts going on about the whole PlayStation 5. Like I get what he's trying to do, guys. He's just trying to show some positivity for when it comes to PlayStation, because yeah, dude, I mean, like, nobody wants to hear they just paid a whole bunch of money for a system that, is eventually going to show its age once they're not doing cross-generation games anymore. It's going to get interesting, I'll tell you that, man. Couldn't take the vaccine being displayed. That showed the shit he was talking. Oh, yeah. Yeah, man, like, I'm willing to do that. I mean, like, yeah, go out of our way to watch something and see, because because I haven't watched those videos, so it was kind of interesting to see that information, because I didn't even necessarily know, man. It's just not something I was super worried about at first. Jim Ryan left the room when they asked him about the free upgrade. Does that? He comes, makes bold claims, evidence, and touch away and runs. Yeah. It's amazing enough people haven't complained about the buy the same game twice, and people shut up and keep buying. Yeah, nothing will change. Coin system expensive. You know what, dude? I wonder if somebody could. I wonder if somebody would just start doing like a, making like an aftermarket water cooled case for the PS5. I would buy one. Who wants to feel that way? Yeah, pimp. That's exactly the way it is, man. Yeah, water cooled, especially hard to. Nice. Oh, it needs a maintenance. I didn't know that. Yeah, that's good to know. I entered a drawing for this Xbox or for this PC that Xbox is that's doing a sweepstakes right now. I'm hoping I win it, man. That'd be cool. Yeah, I do buy everything, guys. Come on, man. Yeah, Matthew, you didn't hear, man. On Wednesday, I'm going to be doing an unboxing for my new Samsung Galaxy S Fold or Z Fold. Yeah, the bigger one. I got the bigger one, dude. I got the one with the most memory too, the most expensive one. So yeah, we're gonna unbox that. We're gonna check it out. I'm gonna let you know how I feel about it. I'm not gonna do a jerry rig everything and tear it apart, but I'm gonna talk about it because it's a lot of money to spend on a phone that I plan on using for the next couple of years. I've really been pushing myself to go 2 years. I used to upgrade my phone every year, but this S10, man, this S10 5G has been so good. It hasn't slowed down or anything yet. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. Liquid cooled with liquid nitrogen because it's not gonna cut it. Yeah, I know. Gosh, I don't know. Like, it's just the console worries, every generation. I mean, those PS4s work just fine. This PS5 is gonna be just fine, guys. It just kind of sucks that they already cut it out. Yeah, thanks, Matt. I'm kind of excited about it. Spent $2,000. I should be able to at least get 100 views out of this, man. At least 100 views. See if I can get my subscriber count up. A 5G phone for xCloud. That's one of the better things about this new phone is it will actually let me. Play. Like use the new 5G network that Verizon has. Closer to my home, because right now to use the wave, I got to go all the way downtown and stand in front of a pole to use it. So this is going to be pretty cool. But even air cooling on the PC is better for. Oh, yeah. So do you still need fans with air cooled, right? It's technically like a radiator. Like you still need a fan for a radiator in a car, so. I'm assuming that you still got like a radiator in there that has to be that you have to use a fan on. Gosh, man. Oh man, I have Galaxy S21 5G and I loved it. Yeah, yeah. I was actually looking at that 21 5G and because that was the phone I was gonna upgrade to, but then I was just like, you know what, man, I'm just gonna go all out. I'm gonna do that. Dang, that other video I did's doing pretty well too, man. Did you guys already all watch it? But you won't be overclocking anytime soon, Alabama. Capacity. No fan technology. There's coolers with no fans. Oh, okay, cool. But you won't be overclocking. Yeah, that's kind of the way I've been with Samsung, Cabbage. I've been in Samsung since the Galaxy S4, and I left before that. I was using HTC. I got all the way up to the HTC Evo 3D phone, or maybe it was the one after that. Yeah, I don't remember, but I was with HTC from the moment Android launched, and then as soon as I don't remember why I went with the Samsung. I think I went with that S4 because I tried everything to get one of those HTC phones that had the full metal case, and like they were really nice. That aluminum case, it looked so good, and I couldn't find one anywhere when I wanted to upgrade my phone. And so I ended up going with the Samsung because HTC just started going downhill pretty fast. They started only doing mid-tier phones, and I've always bought like the top-tier phones. Pretty dope. Doing a Kishi backbone controller. I'm using remote play after. Oh, okay, yeah, the Kishi one. I just bought this for my thing to put my controller and my phone on, but that there's not going to stretch big enough for the new phone. So gonna have to find a different solution. So I could tell PS6 lineup. Grove finds God of War finds a host. Spider-Man 3 lost virginity. Horizon Forbidden South. Oh, I've had both Apple and Samsung phones. Android feels like you have way more. Yeah, exactly. My wife is in the Apple ecosystem. We buy her phones. Do you have Razer Edge Frog? Put your phone in cloud gaming. Oh, yeah. No, I don't have the Razer Edge. I wouldn't mind buying that. I just don't know if I haven't been able to get anything like that on Verizon. Yeah, the controller is the Bluetooth for the for my phone. Like I put my phone in there, it works pretty good when I'm at home on my internet. I've never tried it when I'm out on the go though, so I don't know. Definitely overbuilt. So, guys, I have a confession to make. I'm actually extremely satisfied with this. I have been using this thing exclusively to play Xbox over my my Elite Series 2 for gosh, almost a month and a half now, man. I am completely happy with this controller. It's just amazing. It freaking feels so good. It feels good, man. For xCloud, yeah. Yeah, that Razer Edge actually has a fan in it too, man. That's actually pretty cool. Hey, Matt, thanks, bro. I really appreciate that. YouTube suggestions, by the way, please like. Yeah, definitely. I put another video out today, Matt, too. You should probably watch that one. It's pretty good. Oh, dang. Also, guys, I have to tell you that you are going to see an announcement 4 months from now. Can't say what, but you are going to love it. Nice, dude. That's really nice. Is it an announcement that you're going to buy another PlayStation 5 for, Sev? We'll let you know what it is after they launch it. Oh, yeah. Oh, are you working on it? If it's something that you're working on, then I'm definitely going to pick it up. Oh, he ran away, Zed. He's been gone for, gosh, probably a good 10 minutes now. Yeah, I don't know why. I feel this one here being a little more comfortable in my hand for some reason. I love my Elite Series 2, but ever since that freaking bumper button went out, I've been a little hesitant to use it as much. Man, it's hard for me to catch all your lives because I don't ever get notifications for some reason. You got the notifications, everything turned on? Oh, sometimes I give notice. I've been trying to give notice more lately before I go on, so I'm really trying to do that for you guys so that you guys can know when I'm going on. I'm not working on it, no, but it looks amazing regardless. Nice. I'll still probably pick it up. I get back my Xbox controller all sticky for my girlfriend. And the DualSense is still all dry and dusty. Oh, dude. The only thing I have under my belt right now is Chivalry 2, and you guys keep breaking the game. Yeah, they just had to patch that again, didn't they? Yeah. I definitely will, man. I'm going to be making some Nintendo videos here pretty soon. We got those Pokemon games coming up. So me and Junior's going to review those for you guys. Junior likes to review the Nintendo Switch games. He gets a little upset with me if I review them without him. So, yeah, dude, you'll probably be getting some Junior on those ones. So look forward to that. And I hope everybody watches those because it makes them really happy. And just hit the like button and let them know you were there. He got really excited when we did those videos the other day. So if you haven't watched them, it's the Dad and Boy reviews. I cannot believe my previous comment didn't get a laugh. I'm trying to look at your previous comment right now. I thought he was going to say, I have a confession to make. I've been Jeff this whole time. Oh, okay. Sorry, I don't know why that one slipped past me, dude. I've been Jeff this whole time. Sitting here on my phone, like doing all the texting and stuff. Oh my gosh. That would have been funny. Hi, my alter ego is Jeff. Yeah, exactly. I don't think there's any developer, like I said, I don't think there's any developer in the world that's like, yeah, you know what, I want to make this game and just only sell it to the only people that can pay my they can pay the ridiculous prices that I set for it. I don't think there's any developer out there. Did you guys notice? David Spingate or whatever left? Is now working on Fable. He's the guy that just was like creative director for Dirt 5, and he has now joined Playground Games. That's pretty good news. It's pretty cool, and he's working on Fable. I love Nintendo before the Switch. Nintendo's still good. Very fun. I actually killed somebody with bread. I've thrown a couple chickens, man. That's kind of fun. Like a Scooby-Doo ending. Take off my little hat, huh? I'm Jeff. Oh. Oh gosh, guys. Done. I appreciate it, man. Thanks. Oh, nice frog boy. Pulled off God of War 2018. I like that. If you been, by the way, boy. What do you think about this game, boy? Boy, tell me about it. I was thinking about doing that. I did kind of do that one with the. He really wanted to review Paper Mario, man. That's like his new favorite Mario. I need to jump on. Yeah, I need to play some Chivalry this weekend too. I got a 3-day weekend after having a 14-day weekend, so yeah, that's pretty cool. If I did, I'd be working at the show right now. THQ Nordic today. Dude, isn't THQ bringing back that Spellforce or whatever, Spellforce 3? Or is that a new game? I don't know. It looks. I was watching the reveal for that. That looks pretty good, man. There's like a lot of games that Sony's been dropping some. Some reveals for, just on YouTube, man. One reason I say that is because PS Vita had OLED screen and didn't have stick drift. PS Vita, oh yeah, PS Vita was great, man. I loved my PS Vita. Yeah, Paper Mario Origami King was an amazing game. I was pleasant. Yeah, Junior loves that game, Sev. Like, he just can't freaking get over it. He comes into me and he's like, Dad, I want to review this game. And I was like, why, dude? Didn't that come out like a year ago? He's like, yeah, Dad, but I need to review this game. And I was like, all right, let's do it. Let's do it, man. Let's set up the studio and let's do it right now. And then we played a bunch of Sackboy and finished. We completely got through all of Psychonauts 2. We're still working on Sackboy, dude. There's 50 freaking levels on that game. I more than feel like I got my money because we've already got, oh gosh, maybe what, 5 hours into that already, and we're only on like, I think we're on level 15 or something like that. I don't remember. Oh, you have a good night, Cabbage. Yeah, I forget how late it is over there. I bought Chivalry because you told me to. It's awesome. Nice. Yeah, dude, Chivalry's a freaking good game, man. I love playing. It gives me that ultimate medieval fantasy, dude, and I love that. I just need to play it more. I really do need to play it more. I have to be in a specific mood to play online games for some reason. I'm the biggest pimple in my oh gosh. Oh, such a hoot. So I'm probably going to drop a little more WRC 10 content this week. I know a lot of you guys don't really care too much about the racing games, but I do. That's like one of my main fortes is the racing. So probably going to be dropping a few videos tomorrow during the day on the WRC 10, and then I might go live again tomorrow night. Just depends on how into WRC 10 I get. Weird question: is your Xbox on? Yes, it is. I don't know why it's on, but it's definitely on. Let's see what it has to say. Made for and by nerds who love certain time history. Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of the way I feel. I feel like there's so much love, and I feel like that game was made with so much love and like attention to detail that every time I get in there, it feels so good to play that game. Keep up the racing vids. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, Deathloop is gonna definitely be a interesting look. Biomutant got a patch, but it didn't get an upgrade. It didn't get the Series X patch yet. I was playing some WRC 8 earlier. Tales of Arise. Oh man, apparently I'm still too early for that one. I wonder if that even got all the way downloaded yet. Nope, still 273 megabytes. Gotta turn off that console. Biomutant is really good. Yeah, I actually found my time with Biomutant pretty good, man. I didn't hate the game, and I thought it was fine, man. I thought the world was looking pretty good. HEMA is a historical European martial arts for those who don't know. Nice. Remember Xbox On? Oh yeah. Oh, turn my girlfriend. More people need to give that a try. Yeah, I definitely think Biomutant more people need to play it. I think they should probably just drop it on Game Pass now and let people. That bro, on the Xbox On, I was like, but I don't see TV on. Hopefully it hasn't been on for hours without you knowing. Oh no, I turned it on and was playing with it just a minute ago. It probably turned on when I unplugged my controller and plugged it back in. That's probably when it turned on. Dang. Ooh. Well, this has been a pretty good stream, guys. We all had a sword fight. We practiced swords. It's amazing. Love the job. Only job I know of where you can goof off and be productive at the same time. Yeah, that's true, man. Hey, Mush, how you doing, my friend? What's up? You're really going to make Jeff B cry. Oh, man. Don't tell him, guys. I got the neon game controller. I had to. Yeah, that's great. I was really debating on Biomutants, so I might pull the trigger. Yeah, it's not a bad game. The first part of it is a little tough to. You could probably get through it in about 16 hours, I think. So it's not super short, but you can stretch out the time on that. You can explore that world pretty good. It's a pretty decent sized map. But the first part starts off kind of slow, but then it starts picking up as you get through it more. That neon green controller looks pretty good. Horizon Forbidden update. Oh dang. Oh man. All right, guys. I'm gonna go play some video games. Now, when they ask what to do, my only answer is do something fun and get some inspiration. Then come back and we'll be better and ready. Yeah. DLC for Horizon? They probably will. You're not going to waste your money. You should buy it. It's a long game. Think about it. Think about it. Achievements. Yeah. Payback for when he bamboozled you. I even ended up buying Sackboy Mush. Sackboy was a good investment though. That's been a pretty fun game. I give it that, dude. Me and Junior have been having a good time with that game. Oh, DLC for Biomutant. I don't know if they're going to do anything yet. This new update brought some more stuff to it. Brought some new weapons and new stuff that you could find. It was a pretty decent update, dude. It was like 13 gigabytes. So I was wondering if it was an actual freaking upgrade patch. Yep. You guys have a good night, man. I want to play some. Game. Yep. Definitely stay safe. Thanks, Michael. I appreciate that, my friend. Yeah, dude. I want to play some racing tonight. Oh, my legs don't hurt anymore. I've got my racing seat sitting right there. I'm gonna grab that. Anthem. Oh gosh, I liked Anthem, man. I wish they would have continued freaking making stuff for that. Thanks, Mush. I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, dude. Everybody, thanks for coming. I really appreciate the support. I love having these conversations, and I love freaking out on PlayStation when they make me mad. Thankfully, Xbox hasn't done anything to really make me mad, guys. So I don't really have anything negative to say about it. So yeah, man, like everything's so good with Xbox so far. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling good about Xbox this generation. I really hope PlayStation turns this around because I really don't want to have to make negative content about PlayStation for the rest of my life. That would really suck. So, all right, you guys have a good night. I'm going to play video games.